time, on sailing Kittiwake, we left Formentera and sailed around the southern side of Ibiza, enjoying the spectacular scenery. In this episode, we explore some caves and sail the dramatic and wild north coast of Ibiza, encountering some gusty conditions near the high cliffs. Good morning. Today we are catching up on work first, so I have a video to edit for one of our clients, and Ryan is going to edit episode 17, and we hopefully are going to be able to go explore the caves behind us. The morning is the warmest time of day, because the sea breeze isn't there yet, so it just feels really warm. I'm sure it's going to be freezing to get in the water, but we might just try it out, you never know. And yeah, it's lovely. I am wearing a sun protection top because I got heavily sunburned yesterday. I am super red everywhere. But yeah, it's looking really good. First time you feel a tourist?
I don't really feel that much of a tourist, really.
I feel like I'm on a tourist boat going to see something.
I suppose I'm the tour guide then.
So I'm not sure how much you can see of this, but it goes pretty far back. And it gets really tiny. We can just about fit Marika in here.
How is it?
It's alright. It's a bit of a struggle to get in. And it's a little bit choppy. It's really nice to be in.
Is it cold?
Medium cold, yeah. It's nice to, have this sea out here after working.
You're surrounded by breams.
I know, I've got breams everywhere. You should fish around me.
What's on the menu tonight?
A big problem. I learn how to do fish and chips on Ryan's request. It's not going to be good. We're going to become so fat.
Yeah. Watch our expanding bellies in the next 4 episodes.
Are you happy?
Yeah, very. Our boaty equivalent of fish and chips.
These anchors got really uncomfortable overnight. We didn't sleep very well, so for that reason we are moving. We've not even had breakfast yet, but we'll have it on the way. We are anchored in 9 meters, so Ryan is obviously taking his time because it's a lot of chain. Well, this is not exactly our type of place. We're in San Antonio, one of the, how would you say, clubbing shitholes of Ibiza. But it's so calm, so it's going to be great, and I bet there's excellent 3G, which is all we need to work, so yeah, we'll see. Okay. Buildings are sheltering us from the wind. We can't even swing up to our anchor. So we stayed here for the night, and we rested up. I did some work. Ryan went ashore to do a bit of shopping, which we didn't think was interesting enough to film for the videos. And yeah, we're going to Portinach this afternoon. There should be enough breeze to take us up there, hopefully, so that we can spend the weekend up there, which hopefully will be less crowded than here. And then hopefully, who knows, we might be able to cross to Mallorca from there. We're gonna try and sail off the anchor. We've got the engine on just in case, but I've not touched it, and see how it goes. I'm gonna try and do it under the main. made us build quite nicely. And I've steered all the way to port so we can gain some sort of motion forwards. And we're sailing out of this anchorage.
It's fairly breezy, at least a force 4 out here I think, so we're going along really nicely, especially as we're kind of sailing in the lee of the island, so the seas are really flat, not completely flat but really calm, so it's really lovely sailing conditions. We had to drop the main because it was blanketing the Genoa a bit, which when we turned up into the wind we felt how strong the wind was, so yeah, that was a little bit we had to do it quite quickly, but now we're going along really nicely, 5.3 knots at the moment. I'm sure once we get to this big headland the wind will probably drop completely and we'll have to like motor past it, but it doesn't really matter. It was really nice as well because yeah, we shouldn't use much fuel today at all, hopefully, with the conditions stay like this. Nice to like sneak up the coast for free, and it's really beautiful coastline as well. So it's a really gusty wind. It's probably, at some points it's like force 2 to 3, and then suddenly there'll be like force 5 gusts, just like woof. And so the boat speed will go from sort of 2.5 knots right up to 5.5 knots, and then the gust will go and then it will fall back again, but you can kind of see the gusts coming on the water, so there's no point, like if it was consistently like force 2 to 3 then we put the cruising chute up and just kind of sail along like that, but because then it kind of gusts really hard, not really hard, but starts gusting, then we're just leaving the Genoa up. So at the moment we're just putting up with the changing speed of the boat. We're still probably averaging like 3.5 or maybe 4 knots, I don't know. It's really hard to judge. But yeah, it's just one of those things in the Mediterranean, I guess, sailing around this rocky coast.
It's funny how some places are only really well known for one or two things. Like, I've always thought of Ibiza as the party capital of the Balearic Islands, and really big resorts and people getting drunk all the time and things like that. But I mean, no one must come on this side, right? Because there's absolutely nothing on this coastline. It's all rock, really wild. We just saw a peregrine falcon fly above our boat, which I wasn't quick enough to capture on camera. Seen maybe 1 or 2 motorboats, I think it was divers. And it's just freaking spectacular. I cannot believe my eyes. So yeah, it's not exactly what I expected at all. And apart from the 2 party towns and the occasional beach bar and restaurant on a few calas, we haven't really seen much, you know, built up stuff around the island at all. So it's much nicer than we thought. And it died. I don't think we're even doing a knot. He's coming back. You can see the wind on the waves, and we're back in business. We were doing 1 knot like 10 seconds ago.
So it's been a quite funny, in a strange way, kind of sailing day. Like 1 minute there's a ton of wind and then not. So we've been like toying around with sailing and then engine and then just like doing a bit of everything really. But we're nearly there now. Port is just over here. So we're going to go in and anchor and try and hopefully find a spot that's sheltered from the northwesterly winds. It's only light northwesterly, so it's not that big a deal, but yeah, hopefully there'll either be a spot now, or once the day trippers go, hopefully there will be a spot available then.
So we weren't happy at all with where we dropped the hook. We just put it down so that we could stop and have a look around and see if anyone would leave. And thankfully this huge catamaran, which seems to be like a charter boat, has picked up its anchor and they seem to be going. So that's exactly what we were waiting for, and we're gonna re-anchor, hopefully in a much better spot. For him to go in. Go on, sweetie. You can do it. Whee! We never really talk about what we do in the evenings. Most evenings we'll just either be inside or outside reading. We always have a shared book going. So I read out loud to Ryan. If we're a bit tired, we might read separately or watch a movie. And the nights that we prefer is just like chilling out here, maybe with a drink, because we have a limited budget. We don't really go out much on shore, especially because this year the drinks are so expensive, but we get to enjoy the lovely music. There's about 4 tracks going. One is emo, one is like kind of clubbing music, and other one could be like a 70s type thing. So yeah, good mix. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, then please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. We'd like to thank our Patreon crew who support the production of these videos. If you'd like to support us too, then follow the link to our Patreon page. Don't forget to follow Sailing Kittiwake on Facebook and Instagram for real-time updates. Join us next time as we leave Ibiza for a fast and very eventful passage to Mallorca.